Hello, my name is Tiffany Mendieta. I'm a graduate nursing student at the College of Nursing and Health Innovation at the University of Texas at Arlington. Today I'll be doing a book review on the book Leaders Eat Last: Why Some Teams Pull Together and Others Don't by Simon Sinek. In this discussion, I will be introducing you to the author of the book, objectives of the book and the target audience, some strengths and shortcomings of the book, were the objectives achieved, and some takeaways and recommendations. The author, Simon Oliver Sinek, was born October 9, 1973, in Wimbledon, London, England. He's received a Bachelor of Arts degree in Cultural Anthropology and has studied law. Sinek began his career working in advertising agencies in New York City. He then became an author with his first book, Start With Why: How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action, published in 2009, followed by Leaders Eat Last: Why Some Teams Pull Together and Others Don't, Together is Better: A Little Book of Inspiration, followed by Find Your Way, and The Infinite Game. He also does TED Talks. One of his most popular TED Talks is How Great Leaders Inspire Action from 2009, which is one of the most reviewed TED Talks of all time, being viewed over 60 million times. He provides leadership consulting and motivational speaking to large corporations worldwide and has worked with Microsoft, the United States military, and NASA. He is also an advocate for human-centered leadership, and he believes that leadership is about the responsibility for others. When speaking about the purpose of the book, I identified 4 objectives: to provide knowledge on effective leadership and organizational management, to explain why some organizations perform better than others, creating a culture of trust and cooperation through a circle of safety, and servant leadership, prioritizing others over self. In Objective 1, Sinek emphasizes the importance of leaders building a circle of safety to protect their employees through empathy, the single most important characteristic to build trust and strengthen relationships and culture. He incorporates biology and behavioral sciences such as the effects of leadership in the release of hormones in our bodies, such as dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, and oxytocin. He speaks of building the right environment and provides the example of how you wouldn't put a snowmobile in the desert because it's not the right place or the right purpose, even if it runs. Having the right people in the right place and building a sense of belonging is crucial for effective leadership. Building security and trust starts with the leader and filters through employees to improve performance. In this scenario, he presents the lion and the oxen to stress the importance of how important it is to remain cohesive versus alone, to build trust and not fear danger. Objective 2. Explain why some organizations perform better than others. Objective 2. Sinek provides contrasting views on organizations built on trust and integrity versus those driven by money and profits. Organizations built on integrity and trust prove to have better productivity and higher job satisfaction. Organizations that see everyone as a human build environments where employees feel valued and have a sense of belonging. He uses the United States military in several examples, proving their success because their priorities are not money, fame, or rank, but in the people and their purpose. When the focus is managerial tasks and financial statistics, relationships aren't built and people don't feel valued. Being part of something and having mutual respect motivates and inspires people to do their best. Instead of punitive action on employees for poor performance, leaders should mimic the actions of the CEO of NextJump, who invested in professional development and education for his poor performing employees instead of firing them. Objective 3. creating a culture of trust and cooperation through a circle of safety. Objective 3. The circle of safety is the primary responsibility of leadership. We must protect our teams, be empathetic and trusting, create a sense of belonging, and build strong cultures that allow people to make decisions, be innovative, and empowered. This is not only for smaller groups or departments, this is for an entire organization. Building trust, utilizing effective communication, allowing others to share ideas fosters innovation, engagement, and motivation. Weak cultures leave people and employees looking out for themselves, eliminating the cohesiveness, the security, and trust, which breaks the circle of safety. Relationships are built for survival and fulfillment. Objective 4. Servant leadership, prioritizing others over self. Leadership style that Sinek focuses on is servant leadership, putting others before themselves. Hence the name of the book, which comes from the Marine Corps principle that Marine leaders eat last to show their willingness to put others' needs first. Leading with compassion and empathy is the core of a true leader. This builds loyalty, respect, and trust, strong, cohesive bonds. Leaders who take time to hear their team, feel their struggles, and see actionable change increase respect, engagement, and productivity. Sinek's target audience for this book are organizational and executive leaders, mid-level leaders, managers, and directors, or anyone interested in leadership. Some strengths of Leaders Eat Last is that it is engaging and inspirational and applies to all leadership contexts. Sinek powerfully emphasizes human-centered servant leadership while encouraging emotional intelligence and self-awareness. He supports his ideas with scientific research, psychological studies, and relatable real-world examples from workplaces, case studies, and the military. Shortcomings of the book are that the book repeats several concepts and ideas throughout, which can feel redundant and dragging at times. Sinek takes a highly optimistic view of servant leadership, sometimes overlooking real-world financial and organizational constraints. While he emphasizes the moral and emotional duties of leaders, he offers little practical guidance or structure for implementing these concepts in actual organizational settings. I would have liked to learn the how, since the focus was strictly on the why. I would absolutely recommend this book. It is powerful and effective, clearly portraying what true leadership looks like through trust, integrity, empathy, value, and a sense of safety. I would recommend it in circumstances for those seeking a change in culture, in new leadership development courses, and for current leaders seeking professional development in specific areas. I would recommend it to current and aspiring leaders, college students, organizations seeking change, and even educators and parents. One key takeaway from this book is the direct quote from Sinek. The true price of leadership is the willingness to place the needs of others above your own. Great leaders truly care about those they are privileged to lead and understand that the true cost of the leadership privilege comes at the expense of self-interest. Thank you for your time and attention as I provided a review of the book Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. Feel free to email me or post any questions you may have. Once again, thank you and have a nice day.